Yo, 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 you already know what time it is. Welcome back to another episode of Thinker versus Speaker, where I'm Marissa the Thinker. Sit down with different guests and we talk about all things, anything, everything, life, love, relationships, spirituality, literally whatever we want to talk about. So if you're into that type of thing, strap up, tune in, and get ready for another episode, or shall I say, recap this week. Yes, we taking it back for a week. You know what I'm saying? We are doing another one of those recaps that I do from time to time just to get y'all all caught up on what's been going on, how the episodes have been going, what's to come, what we've been doing, and all of those things. I always say we when we talk about the podcast. It's not just me, but it's we in the context of everybody I talk to, everybody that helps me get things done. So yeah, I guess in that case there is a we, because we includes y'all. So yes, there is a we. But with that being said, I wanted to just sit down with y'all. I'll keep it a buck. I don't really lie to y'all when it comes to these types of things. I had an episode ready to go. It was not ready to go. I have an episode recorded, and I have more than I'm about to start recording that I planned on having come out this week. But like last week's episode said, I went out, I celebrated life a little bit. And, when it came down to doing the editing and stuff, I said, look, I want to do it the right way. Give myself a couple more days to get it done. So I will have that new episode for y'all next week. Don't worry. Brand new guest we never talked to. Really good episode. I'm really excited for y'all to hear it. But I just wanted to give myself a little more time to put that razzle dazzle on it. And I haven't done a recap in a while. I told myself when we came back in January, I was going to do a recap once a month. No, I hadn't done that actually. And that's actually how I ended up taking a break the week before this last episode where Rachel came out, because that was the episode that I was supposed to do the recap. But life got to lifing, and I just took a full-fledged break and stopped. And then this week, just had a lot of stuff going on. So that's why y'all haven't seen clips and anything like that. But don't worry, I get these clips from Rachel's episode out soon. And that's another reason why I wanted to do a recap this week, because I wanted to give Rachel's episode that room and that justice for y'all to get caught up. Because we have had a lot of great episodes since the year started. So let's talk about it, right? First one, starting with Christie. We had Christie Holland of Gutted Fitness. Amazing episode. It was so good talking to her. We happened to meet by happenstance, through social media, through emerging business leaders. That's how we met. And she has like a really good, dope concept, really good energy. And it was just a dope episode, being able to hear her story about how she went from St. Louis to St. Louis to Fort Worth to DC back to St. Louis, and how it all led her to starting her gym, The Zone, and what she's trying to do with it, how she incorporates mental health and fitness and all of those things into her brand, and how she's using it to really help our city, on top of being able to tell her story and how she got on the road to gut it. That episode was an ode to our city and an homage to St. Louis, talking about what it's really like to grow up where we grow up. Sure, everybody got a hometown. Everybody's hometown has a story, but St. Louis is my city. That's where I'm from. That's where I was born and raised, where I spent most of my life. And even though I don't live there right now, and there are reasons why we talk about it so much, because that's something that matters to us. The thing people in our city deal with, that matters to us. It's important to us because we know what it's like to grow up there. So, being able to tell that story and hopefully getting people to understand the mindsets and what really goes into being a St. Louisan, or to take it even a step further, there are urban cities everywhere, in every major city. So by talking about our stories, hopefully, if there is somebody that can relate to the mindset of growing up in a place where you have to look over your shoulder, growing up in a place where you have to be cautious of your surroundings, or there's not much opportunity for you career wise, where you have to make certain decisions that, some people wouldn't necessarily want to make, or you're accustomed to things that shouldn't necessarily be normal or are taboo. That happens in every city, and it's not just restricted to St. Louis alone, but my experiences with my city. So being able to have that ode to our city where we can talk about the reality of what it's like to grow up there, and then, you know, to be able to take what we take from it, go to these different places, being able to grow from the experiences that we had and take what we learned along the way and bring it back to the city and help it, and even with, not being physically there, I do the show, I talk to other business owners, I do my part to even try to help from a distance. So, being able to interact with other people who are really trying to make that impact is such a dope thing. And it leads into the next episode that we had with Trey of A&O Movers and Emerging Business Leaders, where we got to recap the expo that we had, where we had that Emerging Business Leaders Expo, and interact with all of those Black entrepreneurs and small business owners in St. Louis. That episode is called St. Louis Rising. So shout out to the emerging business leaders. That's the episode where the cat got let out the bag. I am officially a member of the emerging business leaders. So shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for bringing me on board. Like, y'all have done nothing but make me feel more than welcome. I definitely feel like a part of the team, and I'm excited to see what me and Thinker versus Speaker can help y'all do to grow, to really get the word out about what it is that y'all are doing. I'm excited, and honestly, they have been showing out. Like, if y'all have not participated in the cash mobs, Trey kept his word. He announced that they were doing the cash mobs where they will be going to the different businesses every weekend in February. We 2 weeks in, they've done it. They got another one coming up this week. I think it's 2.0 bar. I have to double check that, but I will be posting those flyers on my page. So if y'all are in St. Louis and you want to support another Black owned business in this beautiful month of Black History Month, check them out. Check out the Emerging Business Leaders page. We got 2 more cash mobs coming up this month. You can catch the one this weekend. So check this page out when you watch it. Look at my page. I will share it on my page what the next cash lump is, or go follow Emerging Business Leaders. You can go to emergingbusinessleaders.org, or you can go to Emerging Biz STL on Instagram, or Emerging Business Leaders on Facebook. And you can find what the next cash mob is going to be. But trust me, I will post it. Just follow me on social media at Marissa Y17 on Instagram, Thinker versus Speaker on Facebook, Instagram, and then Marissa the Thinker on Facebook. But follow me. I'll post it so you can know what the next one is. And like I said, they've been doing so many good things. They've been going to those different businesses. They've had men's groups where they do sessions where they talk about men's mental health, and they have that session that they're doing. So it's a lot. It's a lot that the emerging business leaders are doing to help our community. And that's why we called that episode St. Louis Rising, because it was another episode where we got to talk about our city and what we deal with and what they're doing to help us. So it just kind of built on that momentum of what we had just talked about with Christie. And I love it when that happens. It's just the nerd in me loves when my episodes kind of like start going together. And it's so crazy because when you listen to them in order, it just flows like that sometimes, where it's just like one episode leads into the next, which leads to the next, which leads into the next. And it's a super dope thing. So definitely make sure that you check those out. And I had another episode that I did with Trey. Shout out to Trey, MeyeGurl. He's another St. Louis entrepreneur, where he got to tell his story, how he dealt with, diabetes and neuropathy, and how it led to him starting his cannabis brand and taking it a step further. And, now he's taking his story to YouTube, and he's getting involved in YouTube, and getting involved with other cannabis brands and other people who are doing what he's doing. And we're talking about finding confidence in your craft, and, being able to really network and learn from your peers, and finding your own comfort in these places to really be able to establish yourself in these spaces, right? How hard is it when you feel like the new kid on the block and you doing something new, different, something that nobody's ever done before, and you got to get in where you fit in, right? It can be intimidating, but we talk about our mindsets of just feeling like that toddler. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to explore. What do y'all have? Show me what you got, because I want to know. So, being able to talk about that growth aspect of life where it's time to level up. I planted my seeds. I did what I needed to do. I've accepted my mission. So now let's take it a step further. You completed this mission. Now let's move on to the next level. So that's what a lot of what we talked about with Drake, which leads us back, not back to, but that leads us to last week's episode that we did with Rachel, right? Where we sat down and we talked about celebrating life. We talked about everything that she's had going on, from, her eventful 2023. She's done amazing things since the last time we talked to her. She's done plenty of open mics. She's done women's festivals. She's done conferences. She's been in music videos. She just did a skit the other day. You know what I'm saying? She's really leveling up. Building back on Dre's episode, you know what I'm saying? She's really leveling up out here. Shout out to Rachel Eloquent Pearlfection for that. Like, I love it when she comes on the show because she always just brings good energy, and we talk about that transformational aspect of life, where when we're in our early 20s, or sometimes in general, right? And there's no real limit on when you mature, and there's really no book to say how you're supposed to live life, right? But we talk about our experience with us realizing that when we were younger, we were out here celebrating life. And what do we mean celebrating life? I did what I came here to do. That's it, right? Like, I graduated high school. Maybe you went to school, maybe you went to college, maybe you found yourself a good job, you got you a nice car, you got you an apartment, and you live in life. So you celebrate, you go party, you go hang out, you do this, you do that, but you wind up living a life with no real purpose or direction. It's fun at first, but then you look up and you realize, like, where is my time going? Where are my years going? And you just realize, okay, maybe it's time for me to start setting goals. Maybe it's time for me to start doing something different, hanging out with some new people, getting in some new environments, stepping outside my comfort zone, challenging myself a bit more, and just maturing, honestly, realizing that I can live life and enjoy my life, and while still pursuing higher goals. And we also talk about burnout as well. So, and actually burnout comes up in Trey's episode as well. So both episodes talk about burnout a little bit, but we talk about burning out on your craft and your passion, because, when you have something that you're working that hard for or towards, you get caught up. And it's tiring when you're always working, when you're always trying to do the next thing, right? If I'm always trying to look for the next interaction for a podcast, if I'm always trying to figure out the next topic or the next this or the next that, or how I can do this or how I can do that, as much as I love what I do, there is a possibility for burnout if there's not balance. And, we talk about it and how you find that balance and what it is that you do, because, having these talents are a gift. They're absolutely a gift. And we talk about, the purpose in it, and understanding, like, this is something that's meant to be shared and not controlled, but I got to know when to put it down. I have to know when to be a person. I have to know when to take a step back and take breaks. For me, that's what happened. That's actually exactly why y'all ain't seen nothing from me this week, because this year is about balance. It's absolutely about finding balance for me. Like, because I didn't have any last year. I worked so hard last year trying to prove something to myself until I realized I had nothing to prove. Flashback to never give up. flashback to grind mode reactivated. I literally talk about it if you want to hear more about that. Grind mode reactivated, never giving up. Check those out. They'll give you everything that you need. But, once I finally realized I have nothing to prove, I've established myself, I am what I am, I'm going to get there at my pace. 2024 is absolutely 100% about finding balance. So if I need to take a break, I'm taking a break. If I need to shift focus this week to something else, I'm shifting focus because I was doing more. Actually, in hindsight, this gets so lost in the process. Shout out to Passion and Purpose Candles. I hope I can say this, but they have a new collection that's about to drop. I will let my dad tell you more about that on the next episode, but I've been helping them. Not only do I do Thinker versus Speaker, I help Passion and Purpose Candles too. I'm a part of that too. That's my family's business. So if you like candles, if you like wax melts, if you like any of those things, check out Passion and Purpose Candles. You can find them on my website or just go to passionandpurposecandles.com. Check them out. That's my family's candle business where they do it. So I do more than that. So I spent this weekend creating logos, creating labels. I have my own project that I'm working on with them that I will be announcing to y'all very soon, very shortly. So we got two things coming down the pipeline over at Passion and Purpose Candles, plus everything that I work on at Thinker versus Speaker. And I love it. I am having the time of my life, y'all. Like, thank y'all for giving me the ability to do these things because I am truly having the time of my life doing the show, helping to create this business, helping my parents with their business. And the fact that y'all support me, the fact that y'all keep tuning in every week, I'm grateful, you know, but I am finding balance and I'm so happy doing it. I went out this weekend and it was the first weekend that I went out and I don't know how long. And I went out a couple times this weekend. I was out all weekend. So, shout out to my brother. It was his birthday. It was the Super Bowl, as y'all know, but we always celebrate the Super Bowl on his birthday. So shout out to my brother for his birthday. I had to hang out with Friend because I haven't seen Friend in 3 months of Sundays, not a month of Sundays, 3, 4, 5, 6 months of Sundays. It's been since I've seen Friend. And my other friends that I have in Dallas. So shout out to her dad. And thank y'all for having me. I had fun. I had me a good time. But yeah, I went out and I celebrated life a little bit because yes, you can have goals, you can work towards goals and be goal oriented and focused and all of the things, but you're still supposed to have fun too. You are supposed to take breaks and have balance. And, that's what I didn't understand. It's just like when you have purpose, it's an amazing feeling, but purpose comes in so many forms other than career. I don't know how many people say that. Some people absolutely realize this, but I need to put an exclamation on it. Purpose comes in more than one form. Purpose can be in career. It can be in how you show up in your family. It can be how you show up to your friends. It can be how you show up in so many different aspects of your life. That's why you see some people whose purpose it is to be a mother or a father. Some people's purpose is to be an entrepreneur. Some people's purpose is to be a therapist. Some people's purpose is to be right, whatever it is that your particular purpose in life is, it comes in so many different forms. And even as people, it's not singular, right? So even though this podcast is a part of my purpose, right? It's not gonna fill all of me. So I still need to hang out with my friends. I still need to, deal with my interpersonal relationships, so romantic relationships. Still need good family relationships. Still need those things. And I'm saying that because it's important. And this is gonna come up in the next episode that I do next week, where in life, if we want certain things, we gotta keep it a buck with ourselves about what it is that we want. If you want to be in a relationship, you got to say you want to be in a relationship. You got to act like you want to be in a relationship. If you want to be that entrepreneur, you got to do that. If you want to be the best person at the job that you do, everybody don't want to be an entrepreneur. If you want to be the best person at that job that it is that you do, be that. But you have to admit it. If you want to be the best mom, you can be the best dad, you can be the best friend, you can be the best dog mom, you want to be whatever it is that you want to be. You have to keep it a buck with yourself first and foremost about that being what you want to be, or that being something that you want to have in your life. Because you have to know what's going to make you feel good at the end of the day. And it's never going to be just one thing. We can't rely on just one thing to completely fulfill us. It's going to have to come in a bunch of different ways, and we have to know how to balance it. And that's what this year is about for me. And I feel like I'm doing a pretty okay job at doing it, but it's a work in progress. Like anything else in life, it's always going to be a work in progress. I'm going to always be figuring out different ways how to be balanced, different things that I need, because even as you change, this came up in Christie's episode, Getting Gutted, you're always evolving. So the things that you need, even as you change as a person, they're always going to be different. I just told my therapist this. So here's some tea on my therapy. But like, something I told my therapist was, I realized I am not an introvert. And it shocked my therapist, y'all. I shocked my therapist. But I was like, I'm not an introvert. She was like, what? I was like, I'm not an introvert. I never was. And I relied on that label for so long. How many times have I told y'all, I'm an introvert, I'm an introvert, I'm an introvert, I'm an introvert. I'm not actually an introvert. I just realized that not that long ago. And the reason why I say that I'm not an introvert is because I like interacting with people. I enjoy talking to strangers. I enjoy networking. I enjoy being out and dealing with different people. I enjoy that. The reason why I considered myself to be an introvert was because it created an environment where I could be comfortable not stepping out of my comfort zone. It created an easy way for me to not have to deal with people, because if I'm an introvert, I don't have to have those uncomfortable interactions of dealing with people. But the whole time I was doing extroverted things. I was a manager. We said this in Dre's episode where, everybody would be like, you were doing that. And even years later, when people see me, oh, I remember you worked at da-da-da. Didn't you work at da-da-da? Yes, I did. And you know what I'm saying? And yes, I talked to you. And yes, you probably had a good time talking to me at the time. And you know what I'm saying? I never thought about it. I would just do it every day like clockwork. It was nothing to me because I can talk to people. That's why I can get on the show and I can talk to people and they can be like, I couldn't tell that you were shy. I guess I'm not that shy after all, huh? But it took me stepping out of my comfort zone so many times to change that narrative of my life of thinking that I'm an introvert. I'm not. But saying that I was an introvert kept me safe because I wasn't being honest about what I need. I need social interactions. This is how I realized that I wasn't an introvert, because I had isolated myself. I hadn't hung out with friends since before my birthday, and my birthday is in July. The last time I hung out with people was probably May or something like that. It was a while ago. And I looked up in like December and I was just like, bro, like, you don't do none of the stuff that you've been doing. You worked so hard. You've been like in your bubble doing all of this work, neglecting all of these other aspects of your life. And, you know, I'm lonely. You know what I'm saying? Not like lonely, but it's just like, yeah, it's a lonely feeling because I like having people around me. I like interacting with people. I'm a friendly person. Like I like being able to, go out and have a good time myself and interact with other people, going to parties and talking to strangers and meeting people. You know what I'm saying? Just on a humbug, like, you know what I'm saying? Exchanging numbers, exchanging Instagrams, whatever, and meeting new people this way. And before I know it, I went from knowing nobody to knowing like half the people there to knowing everybody there. That's just my personality. That's just what I like to do. But I lived in this bubble telling myself that I was shy because it was comfortable. And after doing all of these things and then really being honest, well, you're not that introverted after all, huh? No. So, you know, all that being said, I don't even remember why I went on that tangent. Hopefully it has a purpose when I watch this back. It just happens like that sometimes. But yeah, it balance. Balance, balance, balance. So yes, I know you haven't heard from me this week. It's just because I was out here celebrating life a little bit. I was letting myself be bad, but I got as goody two shoes as I see him. I got a little impulsive side to me, so I went out. I had fun, and now I'm getting back to work. So bear with me. At least I gave y'all something and not nothing. And like I said, I miss y'all. I miss being able to do these recaps and talk to y'all one on one. So if you could let me know what you've been thinking about the episodes. How do you feel about this new iteration of Thinker versus Speaker? And also tell me in the comments, what are some things that you do for balance? What do you consider balance in your life? What kind of things make you feel good as a person? Yeah. Let me know what balance is to you in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Since I just poured my whole thing out to y'all. But I ain't gonna keep y'all. Like I said, I'm gonna get back to, working on these clips. I'm gonna get some clips posted with Rachel very, very, very soon. I'm working on them. I literally was doing it last night. I was tired. So I was tired. I was making little petty mistakes. So I needed to go to sleep. Like, you know how you do something that you've done a million times, but when you get to a certain place or you just so out of it, you just make mistakes that just don't even make sense. So instead of just I'm not giving y'all trash. It's really quality. It used to be quantity over quality, and now I want to do quality over quantity. So I'm not just gonna do stuff just to do it over here anymore. I'm trying to make it make sense. So I hope y'all appreciate it. If you do, leave a like on the video, share it, let somebody know about the platform, what it is that you're liking and you enjoying. If you're interested in coming on the show, check me out at thinkerversusspeaker.com/schedule. Book a time with me. It's completely free. All you have to do is a 30-minute Zoom call for us to get the feel of one another, and you can tell me what it is that you want to talk about. Tell me about your business. Trust me, it's gonna be fun. I have yet to have a bad time with anybody that I talk to, or who has come to me to get on. So, just give it a shot. Reach out. Let me know. Again, it's thinkerversusspeaker.com/schedule. And if you're looking for anything Thinker versus Speaker, it's going to be all right there at thinkerversusspeaker.com. We got a blog called The Rabbit Hole where I write different things that I'm thinking about. You can watch videos on there, stream episodes on there, see clips and stuff. Everything that you need to know is going to be at thinkerversusspeaker.com, along with our social media. It's linked to there too. But if you're looking for us there, you can find us at Thinker versus Speaker on Facebook and Instagram. And you can find me personally at Marissa Y17 on Instagram. For Facebook, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. But again, thank y'all for watching. Thank you for always supporting the show, tuning in every week. I greatly appreciate it. Shout out to the people behind me. Shout out to Christie of Gutted Fitness, Trey from Emerging Business Leaders and A&O Movers, Dre of MeyeGurl, Rachel from Eloquent Pearlfection. We got a new guest coming up. That's Rihanna Sledge of Show Me Culinary. So that's going to be next week's episode. Super excited to get that out to y'all. And again, Chris Perry of Perry Web Design for making that website, that beautiful website of ours. My parents at Passion and Purpose Candles and more. Definitely check them out. Support that business. If y'all looking for a way to support me, that's absolutely how you can do it. Go to passionandpurposecandles.com. Check them out. Buy a candle, you know what I'm saying? Buy some wax melts, buy a sample pack, check us out, and just see if you like something and trust. Like for the men, we got something coming for y'all. Stay tuned. Me and my dad are gonna be back real soon. I know y'all love it when I got my dad on the show, so we gonna have him in the flesh. Let me know if y'all are liking this video format that we're doing. I know every episode hasn't been visual, but we half and half. So, tell me how y'all are feeling about the visual aspect of it. And, anything else that you want to know, feel free to reach out. All my contact information is on the website. I literally just gave you my social media and I told y'all how y'all can support me if you want to support me. Like, if you want to support me without even spending money, just share the video, tell a friend about it, help us grow a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We growing, but we could grow a lot faster if we had your help. So, like I said, like it, share it, leave a comment, any of those things help. I'm not asking for donations. I'm not asking for anything like that. I literally just want you to like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And you know what I'm saying? Or stream on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, do what you got to do. But anything y'all do, I appreciate it. Shout out to y'all. And we out. See y'all next time. Bye.